What happens when an NFL franchise has to declare for bankruptcy only 2 months before the season begins, which forced the franchise to relocate across season, having all current players opt out of their contracts and having even below average NFL players reject contracts? Your only option is to go out and sign a bunch of players that no other NFL team want anything to do with. Welcome to the Rejects Madden 19 franchise series. Today, season number 3 of your Rejects is finally underway, as we're going to begin this 2021 season by taking on the LA Rams in your hometown of Dublin, Ireland, Cloverfield. We finally returned to action. It's been a long off season as we've been celebrating coming off a Super Bowl win. But now it's time to get back to action, get back to work as your Dublin Shamrocks. Although we do have a lot of obstacles to overcome, we're looking for a back-to-back Super Bowl campaign. Now the episode's already got off to a rocky start because for some reason it didn't save our last preseason game, which we did win. So to keep things as accurate as possible, I think I'm just going to force a win for this last week, and I'm going to turn off all injuries so nobody gets injured this last week before we get into the regular season. Head coach Mark Herzlich's on the phone right now, texting away and now emailing away to employees high up in the hierarchy of this Dublin Shamrock organization, as today we are also going to be announcing the regular season starter at the quarterback position, as that will come in just a moment. Now the last bit of business we do have to take care of before we actually head into that week 1 is we have to finish out getting rid of some players off of our roster, because we still have to cut 5 players. Before today's episode, it was 14. We got that number down from 14 to 5 because we signed a couple players to the practice squad. This might be a little spoiler, but Hunter Kemp, the rookie that we did draft, I believe in the 6th or 5th round, is now going to be our quarterback in the practice squad, so he didn't have to get cut. Rodriguez Stark was way down there in the depth chart at wide receiver. He had a really good preseason, but there's just really no room for him, as he's going to remain on the team unless somebody signs him off our practice squad. And some of the other rookies that we did draft that aren't quite good enough to make it just now, and some other players that I have no idea how they actually made it onto the team, got added to the practice squad as well. And now we have to cut 5 more players. Tim Tebow, although he has regressed all the way down to a 47, he's for sure not getting cut. Nor is Trent, nor is Solomon, nor is Jake Olsen, Lorez Lucky. Maybe Danny Wansley, possibly. Destroying's not going to get cut. Oh, this is going to be difficult. I don't want to cut any of the OGs if I don't have to. Bro, Wansley has destroyed my Xbox. This is why I quit working on some things last night, because every time I would click on Wansley's name, it wouldn't let me go to his profile and send him to the practice squad. It freezes every time. So maybe that's a sign from nature that Wansley needs to remain on the squad, as this is a whole new day. This is like 12 hours later and it's still messing up. So Wansley is doing some out of this world things. He might be a demon, might have sold his soul to the devil, so he remains on an NFL squad looking to win a Super Bowl. Maybe it'll let me just cut Wansley from right here. I know he's young, but I'd rather not have a team whose soul has been sold to the devil. So if we cut him, hey, it didn't actually freeze this time. Thank God. 4 more to cut. Now this is a side note. You guys may or may not be familiar with Wes Saxton and what he's provided for this team over the past couple of seasons. Hasn't played a lot, but when he has been called upon to make some plays, he's made them. And he's been a vital part of this channel and multiple series that I have done over the past few years. And take a look at this. Expect this video out this Sunday. It was so much fun, man. Wes was such an awesome dude. I enjoyed it thoroughly, so hopefully you guys do enjoy the video. Hopefully, more than likely, 95% sure will be out this Sunday. One of the players that we had already cut was Daniel Day, who has been our center in the prior seasons, but now we do have a rookie that we did draft. We have Jake Olsen in case anything happens, and he is our long snapper still. Daniel Meunier looks like he's going to be cut from the team before he starts to regress anymore, because he's 61, about to turn 30. He's been a vital part of this team, providing some depth at the center position, sometimes at guard, but for now, we have to do what's best for this team. And Daniel, thank you. You're our Dublin Shamrock legend, won a Super Bowl here in Dublin, but sometimes this is just how business works. DeAndre Butler. Think he can be moved to the practice squad. He's a free safety. We already have 2 of them. So he has been signed to the practice squad, so that helps us out. I think we have to cut 3 more. Guys, I think we have to do it. Solomon Elimian hasn't necessarily done a lot for us in this series, but he's played. He's won a Super Bowl, and I hate cutting OGs, but sometimes you have to pass on the torch. He's not as old as Frank Zombo, but he's 4 overall less. We have 3 outside linebackers. I think it has to officially be done. Solomon Alimamian. We appreciate your valiant effort here in Dublin, but sometimes, once again, this is how business works. One more player to cut. This guy, dude, Ramorius Carter, another player. I have no idea how he ended up on this squad. We'll move him to the practice squad. And then for some reason, one of our defensive ends get hurt. Either our outside linebacker can play defensive end, or we could use one of these 4 defensive tackles to play D end. That wouldn't be ideal, but there's none of these 4 players that I want to cut. Antonio Blanton, he's a rookie. Dillard Stevens was Mr. Irrelevant last year, played pretty well for us. Sean Oakland, you all know about him. And Poop Johnson. That would pretty much be sacrilegious to cut a guy off your squad with the first name of Poop. As with that, we can officially head into the regular season, week 1 against the LA Rams. It's happening. Your Dublin Shamrocks host the Rams Hoverfield in Dublin. But before we do take on the Rams, it's now time to announce your regular season starter at the quarterback position as voted on by the fans. It was over 5,000 votes, or roughly 5,000 votes, and this guy won by a pretty good margin. And the QB depth chart is going to be determined strictly by the placing of the votes. And your starter for the 2021 season. And just keep in mind too, this can change at any week. If this starter plays bad, he doesn't play like Tua did last year when Tua actually didn't start the season off too well. But you get what I'm saying. If he's really bad and we're losing a lot of games, it can always be changed. But at least your week 1 starter is going to be new free agent signing Josh Allen, the 73 overall. Beat Jalen Hurts out for the starting job. He was one of our 2 free agency signings, him and Corn Elder, who's going to be one of our starters at the cornerback position. Jalen's going to be our backup for now. Lerez Lucky, the 7th round draft pick, Mr. Irrelevant, is going to be our 3rd stringer with Nathan Peterman. He's hurt anyway, but we have 4 quarterbacks that all can play for us if the guys ahead of him aren't doing too well. He won the job, but it's definitely not safe as of now. As guys, breathe it in, take it in. Your 2021 regular season starters for your Dublin Shamrocks. Some new rookies in there. McQuaid at left tackle. Kevin Nelson at center. You have Meadows, 71 overall, who's a converted wide receiver that we did draft. That's going to play backup tight end for us. He should be solid. Running back depth isn't looking that great, but Dalton Croissant, our offensive player of the year last year, looks to have another big season. And defensively, a couple guys as well. Sweeting, our new strong safety that we did draft. Bruce Lowry, left outside linebacker, looks to be solid. We also have Darkwa, a defensive end, 70 overall, and Antonio Blanton. So a lot of rookies, new face like Corn Elder. Boys, it is time for your 2021 season to begin. And I do have to say, this team is the highest overall that we have ever seen in this series at a 70. But with that, we're still a huge underdog here on Thursday night primetime, hosting the 86 overall LA Rams, one of the most talented teams in the NFL. Screw talent, cause us and our sub 70 overall from last year somehow, someway completed that Cinderella story, winning the Super Bowl. Looking this year with that 70 overall to go back to back. And this first game is just the beginning of a new chapter in this series. Let's get it done, boys. Up the men in green. Start this season off 1-0 for the first time in the 2021 season. Oh, boys, here we go. Starting off not so well, even though we're coming off a Super Bowl trophy. They don't want to show our helmets, but screw a helmet. All that matters is the players coming together, mending their hearts together for another spectacular Cinderella season as we return home here to Cloverfield to give these Dublin Shamrock faithful a little glimpse of what's going to be the beginning of a back-to-back Super Bowl championship season. Laquan McCowan, Mark Herzlich, Chance Trammell already. Looks like we're kicking off with Roberto Aguayo. And with that, boys, it is time to begin this 2021 season. Hand off to Mr. Todd Gurley. He's going nowhere. That new look front 7 of your Dublin Shamrocks looking to stop one of the best running backs in the league today. And I know this is completely irrelevant to the episode, but if my voice sounds bad, it's because I've been sick for almost 2 weeks now. Finally starting to feel a little bit better, but my voice is still off, so I apologize about that with the Rams, as I'm just being a moron. Get a first down. Robert Woods with the reception. Time to bring the whole entire city of China for the first time this season. Not good. Todd Gurley bounces his way forward for about 8 yards. Second down and 3. Handoff. Todd Gurley this time going nowhere. That's Parker Sampy, the young buck, starting off his sophomore season with a big play on our first drive, setting up a 3rd and 4. 3rd down and 4. See if your Dublin Shamrocks can get off the field right here and get the ball to new quarterback Josh Allen. Just kidding. Wide open receiver. Big hit there from Shaquem Griffin, but the receiver hangs on for the first down. Now, Rams in plus territory. That was Cooper Kupp on the reception. 2nd down and 6. Come on, boys. Bring that pressure. Somehow makes that catch. I don't think he quite got the first down, but he's extremely close. As Robert Woods again. That is a first down. Coming out I-form pro. Handoff to Todd Gurley. That's Chance Trammell, the young buck as well in the sophomore season with a big stop in the backfield. Do have to be honest, our defense was awful in the preseason, but hopefully here we can have a much better start in the regular season defensively, and we missed some big hits. Todd Gurley out of bounds. 3rd down and 4. Who's going to be the one to make the huge play here? Who's going to get the pick 6? Who's going to make the stop? Oh man, another big hit there, as that is Higleby with the first down. Nicely ran route. 1st down and 10. Can we make a huge play here in the red zone? A wide open man, Todd Gurley out of the backfield, making our men miss, and somehow squirted his way through 3 Shamrock defenders to pick up an extra 3 to make it a 2nd and 2. Our defense just coming out early in this game looking extremely lethargic, and that's not the Dublin Shamrock way. We got to get some type of fire lit up their buttocks so we can get a stop here. Can we get a sack? No. There we go! He's starting off this season where he ended off the last. Fish Smithson coming up huge. One of our defensive players of the season last year around. Actually was our defensive player of the season, coming up with a huge pick. Our free safety gets the interception, and although the Rams had a methodical drive on this opening drive here on Thursday night primetime, it's finished off and capped off by Fish Smithson saying, "Not in my house. We don't go fishing unless I give you permission," as we get the pick, as it's time for Josh Allen to begin the reins as your Dublin Shamrock starter at the quarterback position. And there is a booth review. I think that was easily an interception. It's upheld. It's time for your Shamrocks to start off this season by scoring some points and taking an early lead. Let's see what type of Josh Allen we get here in Dublin. I think we're going to have to take off. I saw Dalton in the last second, but we begin his Shamrock career with a sack. Let's see if we can find anybody open. I see a man. That's a dot there, and that's Corey Coleman with the catch. What a dot there from Josh Allen to hit Corey Coleman directly on the sideline. That arm strength. He might be inaccurate at times, but he definitely has the arm strength, and that's what I like to see. In comes Mr. Dalton's first handoff of the season. He's going to drag, of all players, Aaron Donald forward for 9 yards. You know when you start off a series, as a 59 overall, in 3 seasons you go from a 59 to dragging Aaron Donald for 9 yards, you know you made some improvements. Corey Coleman down the field with the catch. Corey Coleman spin move. Now just like that, boys, we have the ball in the red zone. And unlike the Rams, we're going to put up some points and take this lead. It's just like that does do it for the first quarter. But what a start to this game as your Shamrocks look to start off the season how they ended the last. No mistakes here. 3rd down and 6. We got to make sure we get points. I see a lane. I'm backing off. Josh Allen, I need you to break this tackle. Get away from this fast man. Was running to the wrong side of his body to get the throw off on the run with the defender there. As that's our 2nd sack allowed of the drive. But hey, at least we're going to finish off this first drive with a field goal. Got some points. Took a lead. And hopefully this time on this defensive drive, it doesn't take us coming up with a huge pick in the end zone to keep him from getting points. Big hit there from Mr. Hayes Pollard. Cooper Kupp can't hang on to that one, as we do force a 3rd down and 9 here. Hopefully we can get off the field here. Can we force the LA Rams and their high-powered offensive attack to a 3 and out here? Now I'm kind of scared. False start. I thought I possibly could have jumped offside there. We get the benefit of the doubt. 3rd and 14 now. Protect the sticks here and make sure they don't get 14 yards. The halfback screen. No way they pick it up. They might actually. It's Todd Gurley. God dang it. That's what happens when you have arguably the best running back in the league catching passes. Oh my, wide open Cooper Kupp. Cooper Kupp, man, he's killing us. Like, he had that one drop earlier, but he already, I think out of the 8 completions Jared Goff has, he has like 6 of the receptions. Bringing the whole entire Jamaican Congress here, as Todd Gurley still picks up 7. Come on, throw it out there, yo. There's another interception. Hayes Pollard, one of our betters, if not our best player, says Jared Goff, eat my hamstring wings. As Hayes Pollard the 3rd with the pick 6, as our defense actually scores a touchdown this season before our offense does. The big man with the big paws, the fast linebacker, one of our best players on this team and one of the best players in this series up to this point gets a pick six. As you have to admit, Jared Goff and that offense is moving the ball pretty effectively. But who cares if you move the ball effectively? If you end each drive, throwing an interception. We take advantage of that one, bring it to the house, as this game is a beautiful start to our Super Bowl reigning 2021 season. Sit down, Jared Goff. This Shamrock defense is now ready to play, gaining momentum. And the fact they're gaining momentum now when we're already up 10-0, this is going to end badly for the Rams. I believe that was our new rookie, Bruce Lowry, who does combine on this sack with Dillard Stevens, last year's Mr. Irrelevant. Bruce Lowry and Dillard Stevens, man, what a combination. The size and the speed off the edge. Nobody's going to be able to effectively run a play action pass against us with that combination of talent. I know I said that last time, but there's no way they convert a 3rd down and 19 against us. Unless they run another halfback screen to Todd Gurley, maybe. Throw the ball short. I dare you. Todd Gurley, you're not going to get it this time around. Chance Trammell, Prince Charles, and I believe that is Corn Elder, all combined to tackle. It takes 3 to get down Todd Gurley, but as long as it's effective. 4th and 5, forcing a punt. Going to try to take a 3-possession lead going into halftime now that our offense is actually getting the ball. So we got sacked in the prior play. So we're going to try this one out. This play could be effective if we do get enough pass protection. It was effective in preseason. Going to try it out for the first time today on a 2nd and long. Dre Archer with that speed on the outside. They have him covered one-on-one. They don't. You can hit X up the field. That's Josh Gordon. He's going to make the catch. And Josh Gordon rumbling forward for a nice 30-yard gain. So we have 50 seconds. We have all 3 timeouts. I want to bare minimum at least get a field goal or just some points on this drive. If worse comes to worse here, and none of these receivers on the right side are open, we'll just heave it deep to Josh Gordon and hope for a prayer. Interception would be the worst thing right now. Okay, Justin Blackman's wide open, but there it is. The inaccuracy of Josh Allen before halftime could have been a 1st down. He's just, I saw it in the preseason, man. You probably didn't see it in the highlights of the preseason. Just so he can throw dimes and all of a sudden overthrows a receiver by 104 yards. As with that, I was thinking about maybe going for a fake punt here. F it. F it. We're going to do it. We're the rejects. Booty looking to play better this year than he did last. That's going to be... Are you kidding me, Parker? That's another interception all day, every day. Vontae Davis. All of a sudden, man, your Shamrocks are blurring the field for Mr. Jared Goff, as that's our 3rd interception of halftime, all from different Shamrocks. As if Jared Goff is starting to play like this the rest of this game, this is going to end up a for sure dub. And they're getting pressure so quickly, man, as that's going to do it for the first half. We're up 10-0. Been a little sloppy, hanging on to the ball a little bit too long, and a little antsy in the pocket. Also, a little bit of combination of the offensive line not being that great, but our defense coming up big when they have to. 3 interceptions. We're winning the turnover battle by 3 right now. Pretty much the only reason we have a double-digit lead, 10-0. Our offense hasn't even scored a touchdown yet, but as long as it's effective, who cares? At the end of the day, as long as we do get a W, who freaking cares? Dre Archer this time, though, that 99 speed up the field. This could be a huge play. This might actually be a touchdown. And talk about an easy completion for a touchdown for Josh Allen. Talk about padding your stats. Just a little out route to Mr. Dre Archer. And that is what we're going to try and take advantage of. We didn't do a lot the first few seasons with Dre Archer. It's just try our best to throw the ball to him in open space. Get him in matchups where he's on players that are obviously slower than him. And that 99 speed speaks for itself, as that might have been the easiest touchdown that we have ever completed as a Dublin Shamrock. Just get the ball into the hands of your playmakers, into your fast players, let them make a move up the field, and just like that, boys, we start off this second half in fashion as your Shamrocks go on top, pinning the extra point 17-0. Bringing the whole entire city of New Mexico State on this play. 3rd and 8. It's a screen pass. Beautiful call. But what a play there from Hayes Pullard. Last time they tried something like that, they ran a screen pass. We had 4 defenders there and couldn't make the stop. They got 14 yards. On a 3rd and 8, basically in a 1v4 situation with 3 linemen, somehow Hayes Pullard makes the huge tackle to force the Rams to another punt. as now, actually I think it was our first punt of the game. We've got a lot of picks today. But with that, boys, it's time now to slowly but surely have a methodical drive, take off some clock, get some more points, and come out of here, man, with a non-stressful dub, which is definitely not normal here on the channel. Bro. So at this point, we had the luck of the Irish on our side. So that play was a little insane. And it ends off with a free first down face mask on Michael Brockers. I'll take it. Seems like after that first drive, after that first interception from Mr. Fish, luck of the Irish has been all on our side. Everything's been going our way. 3rd down and 7. Let's see if Josh Allen can be precise right here. Like an old man playing Jenga. The comeback route, it just never works. The timing's always off. As that is going to be a 4th down. We're forced to punt, but we did chew a decent amount of clock. Hey, a pressure in the first 6 years? So this has basically been the Todd Gurley drive. The Rams have ran the ball almost every play with Todd Gurley. He's running all over. It's hilarious how Jared Goff has only 4 incompletions today, but 3 of them are interceptions. 3rd and 2. Here it is. Can your Shamrocks force the Rams to a field goal? We're blitzing. Todd Gurley's going nowhere. That's Hayes Pullard, of course, with this stop. Bruce Lowry was also there in support. 4th and 2. Rams are going to be going for it. We're bringing pressure again. I guarantee they try to run the football at Todd Gurley because that's the only time we've stopped them thus far on this drive. 4th and 2, pressing the outside receivers. Come on, Shamrock defense. It's time to come up big once again in the red zone. They are running the football. It's a play action pass. We're all over it. Hayes Pullard says, screw you, Jared Goff. For the 2nd time today, he does some bad things to Jared Goff. Got the pick 6 earlier. Gets the turnover on downs there with the big sack as your Shamrocks off and running to start off this 2021 season. What a performance today defensively. Offensively, not so much, but we did whatever it took to have to win. I know there's still 5 minutes left, but we're going to speak the rest of this win into existence here, as what a freaking start to this season for your Dublin Shamrocks. Dalton Croissant with a huge carry here. First time he's really broken away today. His longest carry of this season. He has 8 rushes, 62 yards. Not a bad performance from him at all. Dree Archer to the flip side with that 99 speed. Dalton with another first down, man. Maybe we should have ran the ball more today. At this stage in the game, where the win is all but said and done, it's now time for the memes. Laquan McCowan checks in for the first time this season. Time to get his first touchdown. 3 yards to go. Look at the spin move. Picked up 1. I'm going to hand the ball off to him 3 more times. Laquan McCowan. Can he get there? Of course he does. The big fella rumbling and tumbling past that end zone to give your Dublin Shamrocks a 24-0 lead. Probably the first of many on this season. Rushing touchdown-wise for Mr. McCowan. Only takes 2 plays from the 3-yard line. The big 400-pound, 6'10" man is not going to have anybody, not even NFL athletes, stop him from getting into that end zone. That can do it right there. There it is. Fish missing with the final interception of the game. Our 4th and his 2nd. Took like 4 deflections, but boys, right there, that will do it. What an inning to this game, man. This defense coming up big with plays when they had to. Tipped off by Cornelder to D Virgin to Fish missing. Oh, what 3 names to combine on that interception, as it's hilarious. I was just thinking about it. I think at this point, Jared Goff only has 6 incompletions. 2 were drops, and the rest of 4 picks. Insane. What a performance to start off this season. As that does it, the start to what I hope will be a 16-0 season begins with an absolute throttling at home in Dublin, Cloverfield, 24-0 over the LA Rams, as Josh Allen does get a W in his first start as Dublin Shamrock starting quarterback. As he didn't do too much, but he did throw an interception, only a couple of bad overthrows. He did whatever it took for this team to win. Defense, obviously, main reason why we won this game, but as long as we come out of the game with a W, with everybody working together, that's all you can ever ask for. This team, man, starting to come together like never before, and that's crazy you say that after a Super Bowl campaign. But this year, although we won the Super Bowl last year, I am sensing something special like never seen before. Incredible performance today as we check out these final stats. You had Josh Allen 4 of 11, 170 yards, a touchdown. The one thing he didn't do though was throw interceptions. Running the football, Dalton ended up with 132 yards on the ground. Laquan with the touchdown receiving yard wise. Corey Coleman was 61, Josh was 34, and Dree Archer was 75 in the lone touchdown of the game. Defensively, had Chance Trammell lead us with 12 total tackles, Hayes with 8. You also had Fish with 6 total tackles, but also with 2 interceptions. He had 2, Hayes had 1. Vontae Davis had a pick, had a ton of tackles for loss, only had 2 sacks in the game, but once again, man, our team made plays when they needed to, and you can't complain at all about a 24-0 dub win. As with that, we head into week number 2 as we go from Dublin to Foxborough to take on the New England Patriots for what I think is the first time in this series. As boys, that is going to do it for today's episode. Hopefully you guys did enjoy. And if you did, make sure to smash that like button, subscribe to the channel, and turn on the notification bell if you haven't. I'll catch you guys next time. Have a great rest of your day. God bless and peace.